border secured, and anybody who doesn't think so, come to Arizona and visit the southern part of my state. I'd love for the president to come and visit the border. Unfortunately, he hasn't had time to do so.
All right, that was Senator John McCain this weekend inviting President Obama to come and visit the still struggling Arizona border, an invitation that has thus far been ignored. Now, the administration seems to be standing by its declaration earlier this year that the border is, in fact, secure.
I know that border, I think, as well as anyone.
Do you think it's secure?
And I will tell you, it is as secure now as it has ever been.
Well, really? Now, clearly the White House has not seen our own William Lajeuness's report on this very issue.
You haven't seen hardly any border patrolmen, and I'll guarantee you won't see any along the border. There's nobody watching this place at all.
Rancher Gary Thrasher drives this road daily. What he sees is not what Washington says.
So Secretary Napolitano says that the border's never been more secure, and yet you have ranchers in southeastern Arizona say we've never seen it any worse. What's right?
Statistically, she's right. Honestly, she's absolutely wrong.
Unlike heavily fortified border cities, Yuma, San Diego, areas in between are not.
While it's true that the number of illegal immigrants caught is down, doesn't mean the border is secure.
And this disconnect is exactly why Arizona has taken matters into its own hands, led by Governor Brewer, who signed the state's highly contested immigration bill into law. Now, while parts of it have already gone into effect, the Obama administration continues to file new lawsuits to prevent its enforcement. And here with an update on the border battle is the woman who refuses to back down, Arizona Governor Brewer. Governor, welcome back. Glad you're with us.
Thank you, Sean. It's great to be with you.
Well, we appreciate. Well, let's go back to what Janet Napolitano. She had a very different take years ago when she was heading up Arizona, but she's now saying, I know that the border is, well, I know it as well as anyone. It is secure now as it has ever been. Is that a factual, truthful statement?
No, that is not a factual statement. Bottom line is, you know, they can give us all the statistics, they can give us all the data that they want, but, you know, it's the facts on the ground that count. And I think anybody that has been paying any kind of attention to our borders, they realize that they are not secure, that we have an enormous amount of illegal immigration. We've got drug cartels coming across, and it is out of control. It's just simply out of control. Now, we're grateful that we've received a few more National Guard for a short period of time and some Border Patrol, but, you know, that's for a year. We need our border secured, we need our fence built, and we need the federal government to stand up and do their job. And we're just simply not going to back down. You know, Sean, it's just unbelievable that we as a state, a small state at that we have to sit here and defend ourselves from the violence that's coming across the border and from the statements that are being made by our federal government. Not only don't they protect us, but they sue us.
What is the status? You met with the president. You invited him to come to the border. We just heard from Senator John McCain. He has an open invitation to go down there. He told you what in the White House when you invited him to come see for himself?
Well, he basically said that, you know, he sure would like to do that, but he didn't know if he would be available. Basically the same thing when I kept asking for a meeting with him, that his schedule was too busy. But eventually he did succumb to meeting with me. And, you know, and it was a Donnybrook. I mean, basically it was, I'm telling him one thing and he's telling me the other. But, you know, the people of Arizona and the people of America, no, he's never been to our border, never.
Yeah. All right. All right. Has there been any further contact with you and the president or the White House over your invitation, over the status? They filed the lawsuit, judge's ruling, you're battling back. Has there been any contact whatsoever?
No, absolutely not.
All right.
You know.
All right. So then let me ask you, because they've taken it a step further. Now, I guess America's favorite sheriff, you know, pink underwear, tent city, bologna sandwiches, our good friend Joe Arpaio, now they're going after him. What do you make of the lawsuit that they're bringing towards him, or the attempted to make his life miserable?
Well, you know, the bottom line is that we're all believing that the federal government is after Arizona, and they're going after everybody. They don't want to do their job, so they just start, you know, filing lawsuits and attacking people. Why don't they attack our border and get it secured? A lot of these issues would go away.
Yeah, but you know what's
right.
Politically, Governor, I don't think your poll numbers, correct me if I'm wrong, have ever been higher. Obviously, the people of Arizona agree with you. There are 20 governors now running. I read this earlier today that are now running. They want to implement laws exactly like the one you've implemented. There are other states that have almost verbatim the same law that you have on, but they've not gone after those states. Rhode Island is one of them. What do you make about the selective moral outrage in this case?
Well, it's pretty offensive and it's pretty aggravating, considering that there are other states that have or are going to implement the same basic law. But the bottom line, Sean, is that it mirrors the federal law. My goodness, it's the same issue with turning it over to the Human Rights Committee at the UN. Why don't they turn over their federal law to the United Nations? I'm tired of fighting the feds. I'm tired of their tactics, but I won't give up. Arizona won't give up.
Yeah.
I will tell you, we're going to keep Arizona safe.
There's a lot of speculation. A lot of people have come up with their own theories as to why they think this is happening. What do you think? Do you think this is about politics? Do you think this is about vote gathering? Do you think this is, breaking people into demographics and that the Democrats have calculated this will help them with the Hispanic vote in the country?
All of the above. It's pretty obvious what's taken place. It is all politics in regards to how they're behaving. There's absolutely no excuse for it. I mean, it's like the unions. The bottom line is the unions are at the White House more than he is. They're running our country.
All right, Governor, always a pleasure. Thank you for being with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for your support, Sean.
You bet. Thank you.